everyone. Welcome to Mic Drop with Julia, where we get to see a person behind the title. And today, I'm pleased to welcome Ash Dhupar, the Chief Data Analytics Officer of Analog Devices. And I think Ash just very recently started there. Welcome, Ash.
Thank you, Julia, and thank you for inviting me to your show.
And so the question for Ash is, when you were starting your career in data analytics, what do you wish you knew then that you know really well now?
Oh, wow. That's an interesting question, Julia. Well, earlier in my career, I would always think that how do I get things done? And in order to get the things done, you probably need the right technology and the tools and so on and so forth. But as I matured into my roles, what I found was it's generally not about the tools and the technology, because think about it, everyone has got the similar set of tools and technology that is out there and you can use in some shape or form. But it is about people. It is about building relationships. It is about understanding how an organization works. And that is critical because you have to get all of these things right. Besides your technology piece, obviously technology comes in as a given. But most important is to understand the business and to understand the people and the dynamics so that you can actually deliver on what you said you were going to go deliver.
Yeah, I completely agree with that we kind of know how to do technology, and it's not that it's easy because it changes all the time and some things work better than others, but it's a change management portion of the job that's really, really difficult. Just understanding how to achieve outcomes in the organization you're in. So now that you're in a new job, you're probably deep into figuring that out.
That is right. Well, at my current role, we're bringing in obviously the new tools and the modern data infrastructure. But also, as I said, when we change things, what would be different? How would we do things differently? And that is, as you said, Julia, as part of change management as well, of understanding and making everyone understand what the future would look like. You have to paint that story. You have to tell them how different would it be, but how easy it would be, or how it would be more effective in the ways we do things differently. So,
culture change. People have been, it's a very successful company. It's been successful for many years. And that's a lot of companies that I've worked with and you have been part of. And then you come in and you have to change the way business and technology does its job. And it's, again, painting the picture, why doing it differently, which is hard for people, right? So the second question then for you is somewhat related. If you were in front of a large group of data professionals, what would be your advice?
I would always say that, understand the business, number one. It is extremely important of what you're doing. Understand the people, what they're doing and what's not working. Right? What is the pain point that you're trying to solve for with that team, with that set of people? And that is the most important thing. And then obviously, as I mentioned, you have to go back and understand how you will solve that problem and then go back and help them understand that piece as well. The biggest mistake data and analytics professional make, as I've seen, is we love to talk about the new technology that we can bring to bear.
Yeah.
But 95% of the time, people don't really care what technology you have and how you're going to solve that problem. It doesn't matter to them. As long as you're going to solve the problem and as long as they can get what they want and they can get the relief from the pain points that they have, that's all it matters.
Yeah.
And that can only come by help, as you get deeper into the conversations of understanding where that specific group of people are finding issues and challenges.
So if I were to summarize, understand the business, understand what business is trying to achieve, what are the pain points, and then bring your knowledge, but don't go too much into how sausage is made, as long as you make sure that what you produce corresponds to the problems and the goals of the business.
Absolutely. And I would add a little bit more on that is help the other people understand how things would be different once you
Yes.
solve that.
Yeah. Paint the picture, storytell.
Correct.
Yes. Thank you, Ash. Thank you for coming to my show. I really appreciate you offering your wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you, Julian. And thank you for inviting me.